In a world where wealth defines worth and names carry the weight of empires, two unlikely hearts collided. Kim Tan and Cha Yoon-sang. He was born into riches. She was born into struggle. But their story wasn't just about opposites attracting, it was about fighting a world that said they could never belong to each other. It all began under the California sun, where destiny had quietly begun to move its pieces. Cha Yoon-sang lived a life most would call hard. She worked several part-time jobs to support herself and her mute mother, who worked as a housekeeper for a wealthy family. She was used to being invisible, used to holding in her pain and swallowing her dreams. But when her older sister ran away to America, Yoon-sang grabbed her last hope and followed, only to discover that her sister had lied about her life, her love, and her future. Alone, stranded, and betrayed in a foreign country, Yoon-sang's life could have completely unraveled. If not for the stranger who took her in. That stranger was Kim Tan, the second son of the powerful Jegat Group, exiled to the U.S. by his older half-brother to keep him out of the family's ruthless succession war. To the world, Kim Tan had everything: money, looks, and status. But inside, he was isolated, emotionally abandoned, and silently longing for something real. When he met Yoon-sang, she didn't see him as a chaebol heir. She didn't fawn over his wealth or titles. She challenged him. She looked at him like a person. That, for Kim Tan, changed everything. Their chemistry was instant, but understated. In small, quiet moments, sharing a meal, walking under California skies, exchanging sarcastic banter, a connection began to grow. Kim Tan, who had long lived under the shadow of his name, found someone who made him feel like just Kim Tan. But nothing gold can stay, especially when class divides run deep. Yoon-sang eventually returned to Korea, trying to put distance between them. What she didn't expect was that Kim Tan would follow her. Back in Seoul, their love story only became more complicated. Yoon-sang enrolled at Jaegak High, a school for the ultra-elite sons and daughters of Korea's wealthiest and most powerful. She was a scholarship student, secretly living in the home of Kim Tan's family because her mother worked as their maid. It was a daily humiliation she bore in silence, pretending to be invisible while the rich students mocked her poverty. Kim Tan, on the other hand, had decided he wouldn't hide anymore, not his feelings, not his identity, and definitely not his love for Yoon-sang. From the moment they reunited, Kim Tan made his feelings clear. He liked her, he wanted to be with her. He didn't care that she was poor or that their worlds were supposed to stay separate. He followed her through the halls of school, shielded her from bullies like Choi Young-do, and stood in open defiance of his family's wishes. But Yoon-sang wasn't naive. She knew what loving Kim Tan meant. He was engaged politically, at least, to Rachel, another chaebol heir. His life wasn't his own, and being with him could cost her everything. She pushed him away, again and again, trying to protect them both. But Kim Tan kept coming back. "You should have left me alone," she once told him. "I tried," he replied. "But I missed you every second." Their relationship became a whirlwind of hidden meetings, stolen glances, and intense emotions. In the quiet corners of the house, under the city lights, in classrooms filled with judgment, they held on to whatever they could, but it wasn't enough to escape the eyes watching them. Kim Tan's father found out. And he wasn't just a disapproving parent, he was a controlling empire builder, who used power like a weapon. He forbade their relationship, threatened Yoon-sang, and even tried to send her away. And yet, through every trial, Kim Tan refused to give up. "Even if I lose everything," he told her, "I won't lose you." But love, when crushed by fear, doesn't always survive. Yoon-sang, trying to protect Kim Tan from the fallout, disappeared without a goodbye. She left the school. She ran away from the life that had only ever pushed her down. And Kim Tan broke. He screamed, he cried, he shattered. He wandered the streets, numb, searching for her face in every crowd. Even with all his money, he couldn't find the one thing he needed. It was the moment when the audience truly saw that this wasn't just a high school romance, it was a deep, soul-wrenching love that came at a cost. Eventually, they did find each other again. Not because the world became kinder, but because they became stronger. Kim Tan challenged his father. Yoon-sang stood tall for herself. Together, they began to write their own future. Not one controlled by wealth or dictated by legacy. Their love